What's up, everyone? How's it going? In this game, we have Don Artie as our blue French player spawning in the west of Himiyama. Not sure what he's doing here. He's pulling all his villagers. Is he just gonna go straight for the fish? Over here on the eastern side of the map, we have Avely as our teal Japanese player. Game one went to Avely. Okay. So he is going for the fish. So if you haven't watched game one, I do recommend it. It was pretty good. It's a French mirror. Game two is French versus Japanese. As you guys know, I'm not really too fond about casting the same player multiple times, but this is the same two players going against each other twice. So I had to cast it. Mainly because this turns it essentially into a series now, a ladder series, a pseudo best of three, I guess you could say. So why not, right? See what these players are able to do to one another in game two. Avely is getting a dock. He is going to be getting his little fishies up and running, or fishing boats up and running. Remember, the Japanese civ bonus is that their fishing boats do cost less. So instead of the 75 wood, they cost 45, 30 wood off, 30 wood discount. But Don Artie is over here with 6 villagers, farming up, fishing up quite a few fish as well. So this is going to be minimizing the amount of food that Avely is going to be getting, which is a double. It's not a double-edged sword for Don Artie, because all he sacrificed was walking time for his initial 6 villagers, 50 wood. That's it. That's the only thing he sacrificed. He's already fished up almost 500 from one pond, 440 from the other shoreline fish. I said pond, I didn't mean pond. But look at that. 50 fish remain, less than 40 fish remaining now on one of the shoreline fish. And he is paying 50 wood in order to do that. As we're over here with Avely, 150 wood for the dock, 45 wood for each one of the ships. He already has 3 fishing boats out and a 4th one on the way. 100 wood total now for Don Artie, since he is putting down a 2nd mill in order to get fish from this shoreline fish. Oh, is he going to be going? Yeah, he is going to be getting a little aggressive, but with the amount of villagers here, this is just so much better for Don Artie than it is for our Japanese player, Avely. Look at that. He already got one entire shoreline fish. 2nd one is almost, it's almost at half. He only has 3 villagers on there though. 3 villagers and 4 fishing boats on the 3rd one. So now that there are the 4 fishing boats, I know I'm talking a lot about this, but this is really good for you guys to know. For those of you not too familiar with how everything works, now that there are 4 fishing boats here, he is going to be able to, Avely is going to be able to drain a lot more than Don Artie is, and it's going to be more efficient for him. But there's just not that much fish left. Like, there really isn't. 100, less than 100 on this one. There's still 460 on the other one, and the other shoreline fish is going to be under 250 pretty soon. Cora Storehouse coming up for Avely. A nice little position. Yeah, that's a good position for the Cora Storehouse. Wow. Yeah, I guess so. These villagers are going to be very, very susceptible to getting charged on. And then, of course, the School of Cavalry. I'm very, very surprised. No, I'm not gonna say very, very surprised. I'm pretty damn surprised to see French instead of Jeanne d'Arc. I've been seeing a few more French players or French games than I actually have Jeanne d'Arc games in the last like 2 days. So I'm not entirely sure what that switch is about, but it's a welcome one. Like, it could just be that they're tired of Jeanne d'Arc mirrors, so they want to go back to the good old days of French mirrors. We don't know. That's 3 shoreline shoreline fish completely eaten up. The 4th one is gonna run dry very quick as well. And look at this. So nice age up timing from Don Artie. 150 wood spent. Avely's age up timing was delayed by about a minute because he went for the dock into the fishing boats, right? 150 for the dock, and then 180 wood for the 4 fishing boats. So what is that? 375? No, not 375. 330 wood spent in order to do what Don Artie did. Wait, he's pulling his villagers back now, even though there's still fish there. Where are you going? Oh, he's just gonna rotate towards the deer now. We do have 2 royal knights out now for Avely, or excuse me, for Don Artie. Not entirely sure why that royal knight went all the way down south. Yeah, is it just his pathing? He doesn't want them to get scouted, I'm assuming, but they get scouted anyways by the scout that's there. So awkward for Don Artie anyways, because he would have already been in Avely's base with both of those royal knights. Not necessarily killing stuff, but he would have at minimum idled quite a few workers, quite a few villagers. But there's a few villagers moving over there. Nice reaction by Avely to pull those back. A lesser player, myself, wouldn't have moved those back until they got killed. And then I'd be nerd raging about French balance. As you can tell, I nerd rage a lot. But at the same time, I really enjoy this freaking game for some reason. I've been for 2 years now. I never played a single Age of Empire game before this, but it was thanks to AoE4 that I started playing AoE2. Didn't try 3, but AoE2 was good. I did enjoy that. It was just, there was a couple mechanics there that I just didn't really care for. Like, I really didn't like that you could dodge projectiles. I hated that you could dodge range projectiles just from your archers and your skirmishers. Like, I didn't like that. That was actually, in all honesty, that was the only thing I didn't like. The micro in that game was amazing. I love the micro in that game when it was, aside from the dodging of the projectiles. Anyways, we're playing AoE4, so we're gonna talk about AoE4. Don Artie is currently sitting at 32 villagers and 14 military. I don't know why I said that so awkwardly. 9 archers, 4 royal knights, and of course the scoop. Over here with Avely, he's sitting on 33 villagers as well, but that's primarily because of these 4 fishing boats in the center of the map that are useless. He could just delete them. I don't know why he has them patrolling, but he does. Otherwise, it would be 34 villagers for Don Artie to 30 of Avely. Avely is sitting on 6 military, 4 spears, and 2 horsemen. Of course, he has his own scoot out as well. Don Artie was protecting his deer up here to the northwest. He has rotated down to the south where a majority of his villagers are now. 7, and there's 7 up here as well. So nice little split. That way his entire economy doesn't get idled out during one run by, like how it would be right now, for instance. I like this. This is high level thought process. Really good play by Don Artie. Avely, on the other hand, has his walls. I know that may have sounded like an insult, praising Don Artie and then being like, okay, we have Avely over here doing absolutely nothing. No, he's doing really nice passive play. He does need to get into his fast castle, or well, get into castle. As I say that, he is dropping the floating gate in order to get there. I'm more than sure the floating gate is going to be going, or the first Yoroshiru should be going into the stable in order to start cranking out his mounted samurai, start applying pressure. Something I personally like doing in this matchup, depending on what I scout, of course. In this case, I would absolutely not do it whatsoever, because I'm there's just too many archers. But if you scout out that your French or even Jeanne d'Arc opponent is going primarily multi-stable, so like 3 stables into mass royal knights, instead of going for the spears or mounted samurai, anything like that, my first Yoda will go into the archery, and I just start cranking out a bunch of Onimusha. Just way too many Onimusha to start dealing with all the armored units. You are faster than them. Once you get the arrow, you could outrun them, kite, micro, stutter step, and you'll be picking off their entire Royal Knight military quickly and efficiently. We have a little bit of a run by over here. There is a Royal Knight outpost and 2 archers to deal with that. This barracks doesn't belong to this world any longer. That is one hell of a military force though for Don Artie, currently sitting at 41 villagers, 34 military, 24 archers, 9 royal knights. Avely is on 42. Wait, how's he on 42? I think Don Artie's been cutting production little by little, or he's just, yeah, he's only lost 1 villager. So not entirely sure how how Avely is ahead. But Avely is sitting on 13 military, 5 mounted samurai, 6-1 is on the way, 4 spears, 2 horsemen, a scout, and of course the Shinto priest he got for free. Has it moved out? Yes, it has, and picked up a relic already. The second Yoda, this is the one where it could go either way. It could go inside of the town center. That's where I generally put my second one. But he could be throwing this into either the forge or a farmhouse to start gathering passive resources, or to start generating passive resources. We do have 2 mounted samurai on the other side of the map doing a little bit of harass. They did get a single villager kill, and the remaining royal knights are going to be coming over here. There is a ram out on the field. Second one is being built by the archers. This, if he had more royal knights, no, he does, or not royal knights, mounted samurai. But if he had a scout out on this, perfect time to go in on that. Absolutely beautiful time to just pounce on top of all of those undefended archers. But we don't. We have no vision of, oh, there's a scout right here. Avely, use your scout to scout. Royal Knight gets jumped by a bunch of mounted samurai over here on the northeastern side of the map. Meanwhile, over here on the southwestern side of the map, we have 2 mounted samurai and 2 horsemen still attempting to do a little bit of damage. 3 villagers have went down for Don Artie, and now Don Artie is saying, this is the time. Now you lose. Don Artie sitting on 26 archers, 13 royal knights, 2 more royal knights on their way, 2 rams, and now the villagers, 1 villager does go down. 12 royal knights, or excuse me, mounted samurai are going to charge into this. Royal knights on the top side are able to buffer. This pathing on the mounted samurai is absolutely horrible. No idea what they were trying to do, and Avely loses. Oh, sorry for that little skip right there. Avely loses about 2 or 3 mounted samurai for no reason right there because of padding. And now more and more samurai are going to be going down. They're not going to be able to get a full wraparound on this. But more mounted samurai come from the south, and 2 horsemen as well. The royal knights are pretty much done at this point as well. Villagers are going to be getting focus fire down from the archers. GG gets called. Avely takes game 2. Good little best of 3 series that we had. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.